And Khun Thepchai, if we take a look at the global situation of number of infections around the world, the number has been increasing about near 5 million already. And yesterday particularly, just one day, the case of infection has risen sharply, the highest ever. And right now, Khun Nad Bunnag has this story for us.
Hello.
Hi, Khun Nad. So what's really going on yesterday? Why so suddenly the case has risen sharply?
Like you just said, there's a big sharp rise in the number of new infections. So almost 2/3 of these cases are actually from 4 countries only. So that's the United States, Russia, Brazil, and India. So the WHO's Director General, Dr. Tedros, also warned that the world still had a long way to go in this pandemic. And he also expressed his concern about the rising number of infections, especially in low and middle income nations due to the low testing rates. This announcement came in after the total infections globally have surpassed 5 million cases worldwide. And with a large number of new cases coming from Latin America, so the situation is not good at all in the overview here.
And right now it's very controversial, Khun Nad, with President Trump taking particular drug, and he seemed to try to advise that can be okay to kill the coronavirus infection. What's the response from WHO?
For the WHO's response here, they sort of stood their point here that such drugs, there's no proof at the moment that it can really cure the COVID-19. As the emergencies director, Dr. Mike Ryan, spoke out already about this issue here, using hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine to ward off COVID-19. At the moment, there is no proof that such drugs are effective in the treatment of COVID-19. On the other hand, there are already warnings by many authorities regarding the potential side effects of the drug. Like we said a couple of days before, it can cause heart attacks and other issues in your body.
And what's the reaction from President Trump with the response from WHO?
I haven't heard the response from President Trump on this issue yet, but it seems that President Trump still continues to blame China and the WHO for the widespread of COVID-19 around the world here.
So that's the new issue coming up, Khun Thepchai, with the use of the drugs. And it's very controversial at the moment whether it can really cure coronavirus.
The media in the US has raised questions as to why President Trump is so obsessed with this particular type of drug, despite the fact that, as Khun Nat just mentioned, has not been medically proven that it's effective. And its side effects, something that medical authorities know already. So it's a big question mark why he has been pushing this drug so strenuously.
It's not really a good advice to begin with, especially with the fact that the drug has not been proved that it can really cure for COVID-19. However, there are a few countries that have already approved the use of drug in terms of the testing and all these things to see if that really cures COVID-19. In the US, they actually granted the emergency use authorization for antimalarial drugs for a limited number of hospitalized cases. However, the FDA, or the Food and Drug Administration, did not say that this drug is going to work on COVID-19 patients, and they even issued a warning about the dangers of that drug. Besides the US, there are other countries like France and in some Middle Eastern nations that already started testing on these anti-malarial drugs. Even in India, they already started the testing as well. However, all the countries that approved such testing, they also give warnings that it's just a testing and it's not clinically proven that it can really cure COVID-19.
Wow, so it's quite controversial whether it can really cure COVID-19. But as of now, it seems the US President Trump, seems to believe it, Kunat.
Yeah, I would say that it's not only President Trump here who believes that this drug can really cure for COVID-19. Previously, the Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro even once mentioned that antimalarial drugs can cure COVID-19, but such videos have been taken down by Facebook because it contains misleading information.
But for Thailand, Kunthepchai, vaccine development seems to be the certain thing that Thailand is heading into the direction of trying to develop vaccine.
Sure. Yeah, we have been hearing good news about progress in the development of Thai designed vaccines. As we heard yesterday from the spokesman of the COVID-19 Situation Administration Center, that a team of researchers are working very hard on this, and hopefully we can have the vaccine ready for public use next year. The Prime Minister Kun Prayut has been informed about the progress of this development, and he is throwing full support behind these efforts, wanting Thailand to be among the first country in the world to be able to really distribute this anti-COVID-19 vaccine to the public.